I'm getting a little nervous. I hope I left my phone back in the garage and I did fall out of my pocket.
How do I change to the...
Yeah, I get it like 1 in every 5. Hey, I might need to go back.
Why?
I don't know where my phone is.
Your phone's right there.
Oh!
Hey, what's up, YouTube? Just gonna take the bike. We're gonna do a little bit of testing on the KO-MOTO controller app here. We're gonna go to the park and boost some settings and check out this app. This isn't their new version, but and they have another one coming, but this one will eventually be better and show some good stuff. So we're just gonna go to the park. I've got my son with me behind me here, kind of just watching out for me so I don't hurt myself, I guess. I am out of the brace, so we're doing good. Right now, I think I've got it set to like 100 amps, but I've got a notepad here that we're gonna look at, do some testing on, and go through the different settings. So I'm gonna park in some shade, even though it's cold as hell. We can look at some settings here. So I think I'm gonna record the screen and okay, so we got some screen recording going on. And what you can see here on this main screen, we've got our line voltage. The battery is at 59%. We're gonna go to controller settings. We can look at the motor parameters here. We can look at power parameters, is where we're at. Right now I'm at 110 amps. And so if on the controller, we can see to get to 7 kilowatt, we need to be at 116 line amps. We're gonna change phase amps to 640. So at 116 line amps, that will put us at 7 kilowatt, which is the suggested bypass battery spec. We're gonna do that with a test and see how it feels. All right, I feel like it definitely has more torque. I think that's the phase amps kicking in there. Whether you can spin the back tire in this dirt, you cannot. Not with me on the bike. I mean, that's a little bit of a spin. So, barely a little bit of spin you can see here. So, this is 7,000, this is 7 kilowatt and 640 phase amps. Definitely a lot more than stock. We'll get the kit over here. We'll do a quick comparison, like what you could do with a bypass battery in the KO controller compared to the stock Sur-Ron over here. So we're gonna do just a launch go again and just do a little race. Now I remind you that, how much do you weigh, bro? So 159 compared to 205. He obviously, when we did this back on both the stock bikes, you remember destroying me on both bikes? Yeah, didn't matter if we switched. Okay, do I get a head start? No, we're just gonna see how far I'm ahead of you. Too close to the goalpost, but not all the way to the goalpost. That might be too far because I don't want to run into the trail and get hurt. So, yeah. Ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, he's way back there. All right, so we're gonna change it again. This time we're gonna switch it up to 8 kilowatts, which will be 133 line amps. We'll keep the phase amps at 640. I'm keeping that low right now. I don't want to loop the bike or flip it with my collarbone the way it is. This is just testing like different kilowatts for what you can maybe do with a bypass battery. Some people run 8.5 kilowatt on a bypass. So we're at 133, which is 8 kilowatts now. And I'll show you my power curve so that you guys can see where my throttle engages. At 500, it's at 85% of the power. At 1,000 RPM, it's at 90, 95 at 1,500, then 2,000 RPM, we get 100, and we start backing off 4,500. So we'll go ahead and do another quick test, maybe to that chain right over there, right? All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. All right, let's check the breaking loose of the tire on 8 kilowatt, what the difference here is. So we got that one. So this is about the same, I feel. Oh, maybe it's a little bit better. You can see how much more it did there. Let's go back over here and we'll do a 9 kilowatt test. My notes for, I don't know. I lost my 9 kilowatt, I guess. I went right to 10. I think 150 was 9 kilowatt. So 150 amps will be 9 kilowatt. This would be beyond what a bypass battery will do. Burnout test for 9 kilowatt. So you can see where I'm getting to. It's a little bit further. I'll give you till that white line.
All right, ready?
Okay, go ahead.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, it's a lot faster. Okay, so 9 kilowatts. We can see that it's much faster. Our 10 kilowatt option is 166 line amps. Now we are at 10 kilowatt. We'll go down and do some more burnout tests and see how it feels. I can definitely feel every time I increase that power, it feels nuts. Like, this bike is completely different. It scares me now after being hurt, so. So from here you can kind of see, like, it stops spinning about here. We're looking at tons more power. Let's get out of this way. So some other things I was going to show are how I'm going to set my setup. I think I'll probably stop at 10 kilowatts. I don't want to risk getting hurt. I'll follow up with some more videos of higher settings than that. But what I'll do now is kind of cover on the app what I want to do for my setup, since we're limited to 2 things. We have our eco and our sport mode. And what I've been configuring is the sport setting on this. You can change the eco by changing the mid power. And on my note, so at 10 kilowatt, 60% of the power would be stock. If I go to eco mode adjustments, it's the mid speed, and I change this to be 60%. And then the phase, 82% of 640 is stock. So what this is saying is we have 60% of our full line voltage, which is 10,000. So that would be roughly stock speed at 6,000 watts. 81% of the phase current, which would put us down to 520 phase amps, which is what I was running before when I was running the 90 amps on stock. So at this point, switching it to EP mode on my switch will basically put it to where I had it before I got the battery. 90 amps, 520 phase amp stock. Still better than stock because of the controller, but that's basically as close to stock as you get. So with that, you can also change throttle calibrations like the voltage. In here you got PID controller settings, which no one should mess with. Protection settings for the battery, the undervolt and the overvolt, which some of the stuff you can't change. And of course your throttle configuration, which I covered already. And the pull pairs you can see in a lot of these different things. So let's see what this is. None of this stuff I can change. This is like whether or not you're going to have regen or not, or disabling brakes with the throttle. You can see that if I have it right now turned on because I'm injured. Normally I would have that off, and that's all done with this stuff here. EBS brakes, that's like the regen, but you can do all this stuff currently with this app, which is cool. You can get this kind of stuff going on. I haven't messed with this voltage and speed curve graph, so now I want to kind of test going back to stock and seeing how the stock worked compared to what I just had, which was 10 kilowatt. So EP mode, and it feels like stock now. I don't know where that kid went.
Alright, that's it for this video, guys. If you guys have any comments or questions, leave them down below. And just remember that these guys are coming out with a better app. It's in the works. This is just what they have. And I just wanted to show the parameters for being able to configure while you're out on the fly instead of running back to the garage and programming with the laptop. So until next time, keep the rubber side down.